Hi, and welcome back to Concepts in 3 Minutes or Less. Now, algorithms are hard to get the swing of at first, so in this video, I'm hoping to demonstrate a simple example. There are many different types of algorithms, but maths and text-based ones tend to take up the majority. There are many others there, but I promise to keep it simple. Here's the problem. You can add up a sequence of even numbers, but the more you have, the longer it takes. There's a shortcut. Take the last number, divide it by 2, add 1, and then multiply those two together. Our task is to write an algorithm to support this hypothesis. We can't prove it, but taking large even numbers is also impossible by hand. It would take too long. So that's where computers come in. The easy part is an example of sequence only. Begin and end with begin and end. Get an input. Divide by 2. Now that might look a little bit odd, but read it as last is replaced by last divided by 2. Multiply them together and show it to the user. Now the harder part uses iteration. The first part you're familiar with, but we need a spot to keep a track of the addition because we're going to go through all the evens that we have. We also need a counted loop. And here's the trick. A counted loop goes 1, 2, 3, 4, but we need 2, 4, 6, 8. So multiply by 2. Keep the running accumulated total and give it to the user once it's complete. Now, a data dictionary might look something like this, but I can simplify all of this just a little bit. Here I've removed one of the variables and I've changed the multiplication there to a star, which is much more common in pseudocode. Now we've done the tricky bits by breaking them into easy chunks, we're going to use them. Here we introduce the blocks. We don't really care what's in them as long as they do their job. The last part is selection. If they're equal, do this. Otherwise, do this. We do need to pass in our test number. And that number has to be taken, derived or taken from the user. To finish off, we need to make those blocks into subroutines. Notice how we're not printing the value anymore, we're returning it. But subroutines don't return values, functions do. So the pseudocode is better written like this. Okay, we're going to do the same for the harder part. And it's done. Now, the very fun part of coding is refactoring and simplifying it. Simplified code can be much more maintainable and readable, but don't go too far or the purpose of the algorithm might be lost. There's not much that can be done with the other function, by the way. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more coming soon.